Today is Thursday, 24th of July, 1:21 p.m. I'm recording this hopefully to make a video about the future, or my prediction for the future, or my hopes are for the future. Essentially a letter to my future self in 25 years time when I'm 50 years old. So I made a video when I was about my 25 years of life previously. I think I plan to do the same for when I'm 50 years old, so that's kind of why I'm making that video. Just in my backyard right now. Weather was nice. It's work time, but I was pretty free, so I decided to just make this. I'm planning to upload this on my 26th birthday, in 2025, which is in a few months' time. I've just listed down some things, some predictions or things I think will happen within the next 25 years, and I wanted to make it a video. So to start off, in 0 to 5 years, between 2025 and 2030, these are some of the things that I predict or think will happen. I know I will have cycled in Taiwan, maybe not the whole loop, but at least some parts of it, because Jeff and we've already booked tickets and I plan to go there. That'll be my fourth country that I'm visiting, other than Korea, Japan and Australia. But Taiwan will be, hopefully will be very fun, and I'll be going there next year. I know I would have done my first bikepacking trip at some point. Most likely the Anderson's Trail and the Oaks Trail in the Blue Mountains. Maybe within the next few months. Hopefully I can get some bikepacking done. I know I will have visited the new Western Sydney Airport after it opens, potentially by bike, most likely by bike. Kind of want to cycle from Penrith to Parramatta, or vice versa via the M7, the new M12, and then the Northern Road. So the new airport will be open by 2030 as well. I predict that I'll still be working in Accenture, maybe complaining about not getting enough pay rises, but still not being fussed enough to find another job, considering the job market nowadays is, I think I'll be remaining in the same company just for the security. I predict there may be extreme unrest in the US that escalates to maybe a major conflict. The US is seeing some very, very big discourse right now, so I hope everything goes smoothly, but I can't help but feel that things will get very unstable at some point. I predict I'll still be attending Newlife, my church, and that's a prediction. Whether I'll still be in the praise team, I'm not too sure, but I currently don't have any other reasons to not be quitting praise team at this point, so we'll see. I hope I would have been able to move out to buy an apartment somewhere in Sydney, likely somewhere in Parramatta. That's kind of the ideal place that I'm thinking about right at the moment, but whether it's affordable, whether it's a good decision to move out, I've yet to wrestle with that, but maybe by 2030 I would have decided. I kind of hope I get into a relationship at some point. Maybe it will happen, maybe it won't. Some of the major conflicts around the world that I hope would have settled are the invasion of Ukraine and the Israel and Palestine conflict. I hope that by 2030 they may have resolved. In 5 to 10 years, 2030 to 2035, I know my cats Tommy and Hannah will most likely have passed away by that point. Sad, but I know it's something that will happen. I predict I will likely have a new pet cat, probably a good time after Tommy and Hannah passes away. I can see myself adopting a new cat. I predict that China will have overtaken the US globally in their influence. You can kind of already see that at this point as well. I predict that many people will start relying heavily on AI like we do now with smartphones. So even more so, people using ChatGPT and stuff for fun, but people will be over-reliant on it at some point, kind of like how people are so reliant on smartphones now, can't live without it. I predict there'll be a lot of discussion around universal basic income with the rise of AI. So I think there'll be a lot more discussions and political movements around that. I predict that I will have visited Brisbane for the 2032 Olympic Games. So I've tossed this idea around with my friends before, but I hope I go to see it or at least visit Brisbane at some point by 2032 Olympics. I predict Gout, the Australian runner, will win gold at some point. He's set up to be one of the best runners in Australia, so I think he'll be doing very well. If I did get into a relationship, I hope I get married and maybe have a child. I hope that I'm still cycling around everywhere. At this current point, I've been cycling around so much. Just yesterday, I did the M7 bubbler return with the average speed of 26 km an hour. I'm very proud of that. Maybe I can hit 30 kilometers at that point. Who knows? I hope the housing crisis is somewhat addressed through policies and reforms. We'll see if that happens. I hope the Sydney West Metro line is completed with only a few small major delays. I hope the Taiwan to Schofields Metro link is completed. I hope the Parramatta Light Rail Stage 2 is completed. I hope to have visited Tasmania and New Zealand at some point. I hope I'm still friends with my many high school friends that I'm still friends with right now. In 10 to 15 years, 2035 to 2040. 10 years plus. I predict YouTube as a platform will no longer exist or will be so far removed from what it originally was. I hope it still allows long form video content, where I'm going to upload my 50-year video if it doesn't exist. Maybe some other website, who knows. I predict there would have been a manned mission to Mars at that point. Seems likely. I hope my grandparents are still alive, well and healthy. That's a big hope for me. I hope that a 4-day work week will have been normalized at this point. I hope I will have visited countries other than Australia, Korea, Japan, Singapore, New Zealand and Taiwan. If so, I predict it would have been somewhere in Europe, most likely. In 15 to 20 years, 2040 to 2045. The list is getting shorter and shorter because I have no idea what to expect at this point. I predict there still won't be a rail link to Sydney Northern Beaches area, nor to Bondi Beach. I hope I'm proven wrong for that. I hope my knees and back aren't in pain all the time, every day. I hope climate change has been properly addressed and actioned by this point. And finally, 20 to 25 years in the future, 2045 to 2050. I hope that Korea will have normalized relations one way or another. I hope the world is a happier place than it was 25 years ago. I hope my parents and sisters are healthy and well. I hope I still hold my faith in God. And I hope I am still alive to see the day I am 50. To look back to not just see what predictions I got right or wrong, but to be able to remember all the good, the bad, the happy, the sad, and come to appreciate and be grateful for all the things in my life.